In the depths of Algeria's vast expanse, where sandstorms howl like restless spirits, there's a cave that holds a secret as old as the desert itself. It was 1933 when a French explorer, his skin parched from the unforgiving sun, crawled into this forgotten sanctuary. His oil lamp cast flickering shadows on the damp stone, making it seem as though the very walls were alive. The air was heavy with the scent of damp earth, a stark relief from the arid desert outside. Sand whispered secrets to the wind, but the explorer's focus remained fixed on the murals adorning the cave walls. And then, his lamp's flame danced upon a vibrant splash of red ochre, a hippopotamus, its body etched with such care that one could almost hear its gentle snort. You feel it too, don't you, a shiver of confusion. How did this image, so alive, come to be in the heart of the Sahara? As we follow the thread of time, we find ourselves 7,000 years into the past, when the Sahara was a paradise of verdant oases and shimmering lakes. The air was alive with the songs of birds and the laughter of children. Hippos basking in the warm sun, their eyes half-lidded, as they lazily swam through waters that stretched as far as the eye could see. Crocodiles slid silently into the depths, only to re-emerge, their scaly bodies glistening in the morning light. Fishermen set out before dawn, their nets cast into the waters as the first rays of the sun painted the sky with hues of gold and crimson. The cave painters, gifted artists, dipped their brushes into the rich red ochre that stained the earth, and brought to life on the cave walls the wonders they beheld every day. The scent of fish smoke wafted on the breeze, mingling with the sweet fragrance of wet grass, as the world pulsed with vitality. And yet, in this idyllic world, the first whispers of change began to creep in. The rains came less frequently, and when they did, the downpour was less bountiful. One year, then another, passed with the same dry spell. The grasses, once so lush and verdant, now stood shorter and more brittle. The fishermen's nets came up empty, and their faces, once aglow with joy, now seemed worn by worry. The cave painters noticed the subtle shift in the seasons, the dwindling lakes, the decreasing number of animals. They continued to paint, however, driven by a desperate desire to hold on to the memories of a world that was slowly slipping away. Their brushes danced across the cave walls, leaving behind vibrant testament to a paradise that was rapidly disappearing, leaving only the faintest whisper of what once was. And in this moment, the air grows thick with an unspoken understanding. The delicate balance of this world, where life and death walk hand in hand, has begun to unravel. The sun beat down upon the cracked earth, baking the memories into the stone. The once lush lakes had shrunk to tiny ponds, now mere scabs on the surface of the land. The fishermen, those sons of the sea, now toiled in the scorching heat, tending to their sparse herds. Their nets, once full of the bounty of the ocean, now hung limp and still, a reminder of better times. Their villages, once built into the sides of canyons, were now packed haphazardly into baskets, carried on the backs of weary men, as they trudged south in search of sustenance. Some stayed too long, their spirits broken by the relentless dryness. They became wanderers, lost in the dunes, searching for an oasis that never came. The cave painters, those chroniclers of the ancient world, etched one final scene, figures walking away with all they owned, their footsteps echoing into the void. Their names would soon be forgotten, their stories lost to the wind, as the sands of time claimed them whole. And yet, they left behind a testament, a canvas of vibrant colors, a reminder of the paradise that was lost. The cave walls, once a testament to the abundance, were now a poignant reminder of the transience of life. The paintings seemed to whisper a haunting refrain, "We were here, once." The centuries passed, and the land continued to forget. The monsoons, once a reliable companion, began to stray, their rhythmic cycles disrupted by the shifting of the earth. The fishermen, now herders, now wanderers, became nothing more than footnotes in the grand tapestry of time. The land was no longer a verdant paradise, but a desolate, cracked expanse, devoid of the sound of running water. It was as if the very fabric of time itself had changed. The Earth's tilt had shifted, imperceptibly, by inches, each century, like a great, invisible hand, nudging the climate into a new, arid reality. No invasion, no curse, no plague had brought about this desolation. Just the inexorable passage of time, a reminder of the cosmos' indifference to human existence. And so, the last remnants of life struggled, in this dry, withered world. The last hippo died of thirst, its once majestic form reduced to nothing more than a bleached skeleton, a grim testament to the land's forgetfulness. The last lake became salt, its waters a sterile, dead mirror of the life that once thrived there. Sand, once a mere presence on the beaches, now crept into the very heart of the land, burying the memories of a bygone era. The paintings, hidden deep in the rocks, remained, a constant reminder of the transience of life. They waited, a patient, silent testament to the paradise that was lost. They waited for thousands of years, their colors fading, their message gradually lost to the sands of time. ACT 3, The Waiting Ends. 1933. The desert sun beat down on Henri Ihot's shoulders as he followed his Tuareg guide, Musa, through the winding canyons of Tassili en Aja. The air was dry and hot, filled with the acrid scent of creosote bushes. Dust swirled around their feet, a fine powder that coated every surface. Ihot squinted against the glare, his eyes straining to see the passage ahead, a narrow slit in the rock, barely wide enough for a man to squeeze through. Musa, sensing Ihot's hesitation, gave a reassuring nod and pushed forward, his dark form disappearing into the darkness. Ihot followed, his heart pounding in his chest. As he crawled through the passage, the air grew cooler, and the silence more pronounced. He fumbled in his pocket for a match, striking it against the rock to light a lamp. The flame cast flickering shadows on the walls, and suddenly, the cave was alive. With a deep sigh, the dust settled, and the colors erupted. Hippos, giraffes, dancing figures, women carrying baskets, children playing. The paintings blazed across the wall, a riot of color in the stark desert landscape. Ihot's breath caught, and he stood frozen, his eyes drinking in the beauty. The cave wall, once a drab expanse, now pulsed with life, a testament to a world that was, and a world that could be. And then, in the aftermath of that moment, the desert was quiet once more. What the paintings whisper. The paintings, those 5,000-year-old messengers, whispered across the ages. Not remember us, but we were here. We loved. We mattered. Their voices echoed through the desert, a gentle breeze that stilled the sands. They spoke of a world, long lost, yet still vibrant in the imagination. A world where the hippos roamed free, and the giraffes nibbled on treetops. The desert, so often seen as a graveyard, was not death, but the long quiet between voices. The paintings reminded us that even in the most desolate of places, there was once life, love, and laughter, and that one day, someone would discover the traces of our own whispers, left to echo across eternity. And so, the Sahara found what it had been searching for. Not in the rains that no longer came, but in those who would one day walk its sands. And listen. Let that thought carry you now. As the night grows quiet, as the wind moves softly, across worlds that were and worlds that will be. You have heard its story. Now rest in it. The stars begin to twinkle overhead, like diamonds scattered across the velvet expanse. The world is hushed, a peaceful slumber, as the desert's secrets drift into the dreams. Subscribers, like a flock of sandpipers, hatching in the silence, each listening for the next whisper. And in the stillness, a promise. In the heart of the Sahara, life waits, and whispers secrets to those who listen. Subscribe to HISTOREST. Next week, we will hear another whisper. From the deep and beautiful past. The desert's heartbeat slows, a soft lullaby, carrying you deeper into the night. You are cradled in the arms of the Sahara, its stories swirling, like the dunes, around you. Good night.